Hey, what's greening everyone? This video is about how long does a tropical food forest really takes to produce. Some are really starting to produce after the first year and others are still struggling after 10 years. And this has very little to do about luck or the amount of work we're putting in it. Today I'll show you the real timeline of a tropical food forest, from establishment to early production to long-term abundance, and why understanding these stages will save you years of unnecessary mistakes. We'll break down what actually happened at each stages. When does a meaningful production actually start? And why a well-designed system becomes easier and more productive over time. And as I've noticed, this is where precisely most people completely misunderstand tropical ecosystems. One of the biggest misconceptions in tropical homesteading is that food forests will start to produce immediately upon its establishment, or it will take decades to do so. In reality, it can be both. And actually, a food forest is established in layers and in sequence. When a tropical system is intelligently planned, designed from the start, it will meaningfully start producing way earlier than people think. In the beginning, the most important work happened below the surface. This is your biological foundation stage. And at this stage, the goal is not maximum harvest, it is building momentum. You are preparing your system to become increasingly fertile, resilient, and self-supporting. And this is where most people skip this crucial step. Why? Because they are not yet realizing that bringing organic matter is responsible for the increase of biological life, and biological life is responsible for the increase in fertility, resilience, and self-support. So this is a crucial step that needs to be respected in order for your system to accelerate in its growth and establishment. Between year 1 and year 3, biological activity increases and the early producing species start responding increasingly fast. And this is where most tropical homesteaders start harvesting meaningful amount of food, while the larger system continue evolving in the background. But productivity is only one part of the story. At around year 3, there's something much more important that begins happening. At this stage, the ecosystem starts organizing itself way more efficiently. And the system starts requiring less and less intervention and corrections, because ecological relationships start becoming stronger internally. This is when a tropical food forest starts becoming less like a garden and way more like a living ecosystem. And eventually the system will reach a stage where conventional agricultural system never reach. Between year 5 and year 10, you'll have a real ecosystem in development. You'll see an increase in complexity and an increase in biodiversity, seeing birds, insects, animals, and other plants getting inserted in the system, making this dynamic a self-sustaining one. A permacultural setup like this have been proven to be the most effective food production system per square meter of land. Now, from the modern agricultural monoculture system, our food forest can seem like a very long process. But we need to remember then ecological evolution. An ecosystem takes time to get established, and it doesn't fit anymore into the instant consumption model. And the reality is this: this system could produce a significant amount of food from year one, while the larger system keep compounding in the background. What consistently makes the biggest difference is not speed, it's ecological understanding. So when you understand succession, plant function, spacing, shade distribution, and long-term canopy evolution, you stop fighting the system and you start guiding it intelligently. You are not forcing nature to go faster. With all your intervention, all your guidance, and intelligent plantation, you are allowing nature to go as fast as it can go. And over time, this planification and this intelligent intervention will compound enormously over time. If you are currently planning a tropical homestead and or a food forest, I've created this free PDF guide that covers the most common early design mistakes that people make in tropical systems. Knowing these, you'll be able to avoid years of correction and unnecessary setbacks. And for those of you who are wanting a much deeper and more structured framework, I've created this complete step-by-step e-guide, the Tropical Food Forest Blueprint System. It's exhaustive, it's guiding, and in it you'll find all the answers to your questions. Both links are in the description. Until next time, take care and keep designing intelligently and intentionally.